Hello everyone. I am Masaki Ono, a Japanese patent attorney belonging to the trademark division of Fukan Patent Office. Today, I'd like to present the third of my lectures on the Japanese trademark practice. The theme is similarity of goods services. If you miss the first, distinctiveness of marks, and with the second, similarity of marks, please watch the same when you have time. Now let's go. In this lecture, I will briefly explain 3 points about the examination of similarity of goods services by the Japan Patent Office, the JPO. The first point is narrower or broader scope of similarity. Even after about 20 years as a practitioner, it is difficult to generally say whether the scope of similarity of goods services is narrower or broader in Japan than in other jurisdictions. In some cases, the scope is narrower, and in other cases, broader. One example of the former is coffee and coffee shop services, which are regarded as dissimilar in Japan, although takeout coffee is often sold at coffee shops. One example of the latter is computer game software and computer software for medical use, which are regarded as similar in Japan, although their uses and purposes are completely different. The second point is similar group codes. The JPO examines similarity of goods services based on what we call similar group codes in practice. In principle, goods services with the same similar group code are regarded as similar, and those with different similar group codes are regarded as dissimilar, irrespective of whether the goods services fall under the same class or different classes. This is the fundamental policy of the JPO, although there are exceptions. More specifically, if an application is filed, firstly, the JPO allows a similar group code to each of the designated goods services in light of the list of goods services examples in the examination guidelines for similar goods and services, corresponding to the latest version of the NIST classification. Secondly, the JPO searches for a prior registered mark which is identical with or similar to the applied for mark, and whose similar group code of the designated goods services is the same as that of the applied for mark. Thirdly, if such prior mark is found, the JPO issues an office action citing it. This is an excerpt from the list of goods examples in Class 33 in the JPO's guidelines. For example, sake and shochu are regarded as similar due to the same similar group code, 28801. On the other hand, sake and Western liquors in general are regarded as dissimilar due to different similar group codes, 28801 and 28802. Therefore, in this case, prior mark number 1 will be cited against the application, while prior mark number 2 will not. The third point is factors to be considered. If dissimilarity is argued concerning goods services with the same similar group code, or similarity is argued concerning those with different similar group codes, the JPO sometimes accepts the argument in view of the actual trade. In this regard, however, the number of such cases is limited. In particular, even if dissimilarity of goods services is argued in a response to an office action, it is almost never accepted, and a refusal decision is likely to be issued. Then, if the same argument is presented in an appeal against the refusal decision, it is sometimes accepted. The factors to be considered if dissimilarity or similarity is argued are, for instance, whether the manufacturers, distributors, providers of the goods services are the same, whether their consumers are the same, and whether their uses and purposes are the same. Here are some examples where these factors in the actual trade were considered. Number 1 and number 2 are appeal cases, in which the goods services were held to be dissimilar in spite of the same similar group code. Number 3 is an invalidation action case, in which the goods were held to be similar in spite of different similar group codes. I recommend taking these 3 points into account when considering trademark strategies in Japan. Thank you so much for your kind attention. Please contact me anytime if you have any questions or I can be of assistance. As I asked in the previous lectures, please call me Masaki, Nicholas, or Freddy as you like. I appreciated receiving comments and questions by some of you after the previous lectures. See you again in another lecture.